Okay, I'm gonna try to explain difference between first beam breath, sorry, and second breath in the first intermission. First off, short explanation: red always goes clockwise, blue always counterclockwise. It depends on where you land from the pushback, and you want to end up with the portal, so killing third add-on portal. Pretty simple. So let's say we are the ones here on red that gets the first beam. So the way we always want to play this, even on both sides, is that when we come down, we always want to position ourselves in a way where we are behind the target as we're moving. So let's say we get the first one here. We are already standing like this, and the breath comes out. It will be directly baited on where we are. So all we do here at this point is we go through the mob and kill them from the other side. So that's why we're staying behind it, because now we're moving towards the next goal that we have instead of moving backwards. One thing that I also have to mention here is that we think it's 2 debuff on players that has to kind of move out of the group. They explode after X amount of seconds. Just stay on the same line, so to speak, but get out of the group. So as we've done the first breath and we kill these adds, there will be a few seconds left usually before the second beam appear on our platform, which is actually the third beam, but yeah, our second beam. So we as a group are going to move up here, but we're not going to go for this add directly, because right now, since we had the first beam, we should know that the next beam we have, if we have enough damage, which we will have eventually, should be baited here. If this group is very range heavy, melee can already start on the add and start doing damage to it, but if it's a melee heavy group, all people just have to wait here, and you wait for the breath to actually pick its target, and then you move in. And then you have some time on this ad. You're just gonna DPS it for a while, and when it's about, I think, somewhere between anything by 20 to 40%, our next and third beam on this platform will show up, or breath, sorry. So as that breath comes up, we just do the same as we did in the first ad. We stay in the behind part as from where we're moving, and as the breath come up, we move through the ad. And we go as far as we have to. Sometimes you have to actually kite them with you, but yeah, you get the point. As this one dies, there's usually kind of a, since you just had the breath, you have very long time for the next breath. So if you're melee heavy, you just have to go for this ad and you stay behind in the path of movement, just as usual. But if you're very range heavy, so let's say we're more range heavy and healer range heavy on this group, the melee can already go on the ad, and range and the healer can stay behind and bait this breath, which means that we actually don't have to move this ad at all. Because what we want to avoid as much as possible is actually having to move through the ads. So that's a bonus if it's doable. And I'm fairly sure one of the sides will be more melee heavy and one will be more range heavy, if I remember correctly. So yeah, let's say we manage to bait it, then we go here. We should have enough time to kill this one before we have to dodge, but if we don't manage to kill it, we dodge again down here as a group, kill it off, go through the portal, but preferably kill it, and we have time to go through the portal. Intermission is done. So that's the first movement if you get the first breath of the intermission.